So we've covered the falls prevention side. I'd like to talk now about the environmental protections that are available for people living with dementia. Not only is it an environmental protection for your home, environmental sensors can provide peace of mind for family members, just to know that somebody is safe within their own home while still being able to cook and remain independent in their property. Two examples of smoke detectors are here, and two examples of heat detectors are here as well. Basically, what these are used for within the 32 partnerships is to identify where somebody has been at risk of a potential fire or a near miss within their home. We can install these sensors to send, again, passive calls. They're very discreet. This is exactly the way they would look within your property. No trunking, no wiring, and just placed discreetly on the ceiling in the room that it's relevant to. So if somebody has potentially any issues regarding leaving a pot on their cooker, we've all done it, accidentally gone through to our lounge and sat down. These sensors can pick up if there's smoke within the property and send a signal without you even having to be aware that there is, or potentially not understanding or realising that you're at risk with the smoke within your property. We would install the heat detector in the kitchen, and that detects the build-up of the heat that's coming off the cooker. Potentially we would put the smoke detectors, as per fire regulations, in the lower hallway and the upper hallway of your property, and also taking into account if smoking takes place within the home, we can install the linked smoke detectors in any room in the property where the person is smoking. So basically, if there's an accidental drop of a cigarette or a cigarette is put in a bin, that we have got a linked smoke detector within the property. Now, they may just look like any other ordinary smoke detector, and I think that's sometimes where a lot of confusion can happen. These are, again, exactly the same as all the other sensors we've spoke about. They will send the signal through the alarm unit to the control centre to alert what room in the house that the actual smoke has been detected. That call will then generate a call from the control centre to ask if everything is okay in the property. If we have no response from the property, it's an automatic call to the fire brigade to respond. So what you're actually doing here is you're alerting somebody there is a risk and that the owner of the property is at risk of possibly not understanding to leave the property. So you're going to have a response from Scottish Fire Brigade, and in many authorities that is backed up by a response, possibly from a responder service who would come along to provide reassurance for the service user of the community alarm, to give them a wee bit of reassurance to let the emergency services deal with any situations within your property. As I said, the benefits of that is the reassurance for you to know that somebody will come to your assistance. It could possibly be that mobility could be an issue as well, and being able to exit the property in the event of a smoke alarm going off. And also it touches on sensory impairment as well. You may not hear that the smoke alarm is activating, or you may not understand to leave the property. So in all ways it's protecting you initially first, but also protecting the fabric of your building, allowing anything, a possible fire, to be caught very, very quickly and dealt with, which means that there's no major disruption to you or your family, with the potential of possibly having to move out in with a family member or to another property for people that stay themselves. So it means we can get the response in as quickly as possible and get you settled back into your own property with as least fuss as possible. Another environmental protection is your flood detector, and this is exactly how it would look. And basically the flood detector does exactly what it says, and it detects for water within your property. That could be in your kitchen, it could be in your bathroom, it could be from many different reasons, maybe accidentally leaving a tap on, a freezer being left open and then causing a slip hazard on your vinyl on your kitchen floor. So it basically detects if there's any water that could potentially cause a hazard to you of a possible slip. And the way it works is, as soon as it detects the water, it sends the signal through the alarm unit to the control centre to alert them that there is a potential of a slip hazard. And the control centre will then phone through to ask if everything's okay. Again, in many different authorities, things will be set up differently as to the response, but in a lot of authorities it would be a response service that would possibly come out and help you clear up that slight water leakage that's on the floor, taking away that risk hazard for yourself. So potentially making sure that you don't have that slip and ending up having to go into A&E.